Mike Topper, you're first.
Hey guys, congratulations on the win. I want to give this one to Devin. There's a couple missed field goals there, and obviously at the end of the game, as you guys are facing some adversity, how do you kind of keep your mindset in it? Say, all right, don't worry, we still got this.
Yeah, coming into this game, we knew it was going to be a 4-quarter game at least. When we found out we were going to go to overtime, like Coach Durden just said, we didn't flinch at all. We knew that we were going to have to go 1-0 every single snap. We know Clemson is a great team. They're going to battle as long as they need to, but it was just that extra effort that we gave, and I'm really proud of all my teammates on all 3 phases in the field.
Patrick, go ahead.
This question's for each of you guys. If you could just kind of tell me any stories you might have from the celebration and where you were at, what was going on around you as the students stormed the field.
I'll go first. The first thing I did was I had found my mom earlier in the game in the stands. So the first thing I did was walk over to my mom and give her a hug, because it was just like I worked so hard to get here. I felt like she was the one person who should have shared this special moment with me.
Yeah, for me, the first person that I was able to hug was Coach Durden. It was just such a surreal feeling. And then I kind of got caught with everyone storming the field. I was looking for my mom, looking for my dad. I eventually got to them. They were still in the crowd, but the first person that I was able to hug and just celebrate with was Coach Durden.
James, you can go next.
Yeah, this is for Devin. Devin, how do you balance playing aggressive against that defense, but also kind of making sure you're minimizing risk, right? And also, as the game went on, did you get more confident in your receivers, just kind of seeing the matchups as the game played out?
Yeah, I was confident in them going into the game, even before the game. Going into any game, I'm always confident in my receivers, confident in my offensive line, confidence in my running backs. But, they did a great job. Clemson is well known for their defensive schemes. Coach Beck had a great plan going into this game of being able to take what they give us, and when the opportunity presents itself, to capitalize on those shots. And early on, we missed a couple of the opportunities, but towards the end, we were able to capitalize when they mattered.
Andrew, go ahead.
Devin, how important, obviously, Clemson's got a great defensive front, and your offensive line gave you some good time a lot of times tonight, but how important were they on that last touchdown throw that you made to Devin Carter? It seemed like they were able to buy you a lot of time there.
Yeah, it was huge. It was a huge play. We called a shot to both receivers. I actually checked one side of the field. They gave me enough time to reset and check to the other side and be able to complete the ball to Devin. So, they balled out the entire game. So huge credit to them. I love all those guys and very proud of the way that they played.
Do we have any questions for Cory? Mike, I didn't know if yours was for him. Brett, you can go with yours if you've got one for him. Thank you.
Cory, you guys gave up only 214 yards total for the entire game against a top 10 team. What as a defense, what does that say about you guys? And then could you go through that last 4? The offense has scored through those last 4 plays to clinch the game. What that was like?
Just all week as a defense, we know how good we are as a defense. So just that confidence factor is there, but just all week, that's what we've been preaching. Just we're gonna show everybody we're the best defense in the country. We're gonna that was the goal going into this game. And just in that last drive, the offense gave us some light. They scored. We was confident. It was just like everybody on defense was confident, because at the end of the day, as a defense, we want the game to be on us, and that was where it was, and that's what happened. So it was a great feeling just to win the game on defense.
Thanks, Cory.
David, you can go ahead.
Oh, thank you. And I apologize if this has been asked. Devin, I wanted to ask, we talked earlier this week about, the little nonverbal things that you do with your team and big moments. Was there anything that you did to kind of calm everyone down on that last offensive drive on overtime?
It was actually the entire game. Going into the game, we were kind of preaching like, we know it's going to be a 4-quarter game. We know it's going to be a 4-quarter game. And, kind of going into that last drive, it was like everyone was just preaching in the huddle. Let's go 1-0, one play at a time, one play at a time, one play at a time. So, just that reflection of kind of what I would always preach to them going into situations like this, big moments like this, being able to get their confidence up. Everyone else was reflecting that to each other. And that kind of helped us all as a group, helped us as a unit, and just show growth within our team.
All right, we've got time for one more with each player. So if someone has one for Cory, wants to chime in.
I got one for Cory.
Go ahead, Jeff.
Hey, Cory, I'm not sure if you guys have been on your phones yet, but there's a crowd already assembling at the bell tower, and they blocked off Hillsborough. There's this thing in football called the 24-hour rule that I'm sure you guys are familiar with. How do you plan to celebrate this win that Coach Doran's already calling his biggest?
Well, crazy thing is, this is actually, I don't know, it might have been the reason I'm playing so well, but this is my mom's first game coming since I've been at NC State. It's the first game she came to. So I'm about to go spend time with my mom. That's how I'm going to celebrate my win.
So she has to keep going to games now, right?
Yeah, she's my good luck charm. I've always knew that, but now she definitely got to come.
Rob, did you want to close out with one for Devin?
I actually have one for both, if they don't mind. I was just going to see if they would speak to the pressures of overtime. I know NC State had to respond, and the offense had to respond in the first overtime, and then the defense had to make that big stop in the second overtime. How do you approach that? Is playing an overtime fun, or is there pressure? Just describe that, if there's any tension at all, I guess.
I'll go first. Well, with us, it was, I mean, obviously just the way that we went into overtime, it wasn't fun in that sense, but it's football. Like, you don't know what's going to happen. In football, you don't have time to dwell on stuff that's happened in the past. So as soon as we missed that kick, it was like, okay, it's go time defense. Like, it's time to step up. This is a game that we could win. And we knew that we could win this game, and we won the game on defense.
Yeah, and then for me, I mean, and really for our entire team, like Cory just said, we love playing football. We love the adversity. We love having the backs against us. And once that overtime hit, once we were able to realize we were going into overtime, no one flinched. I mean, I'm just very proud of my teammates, very proud of this coaching staff, and we just love playing football together.
All right. Thanks, Devin. Thanks, Cory.
Thank you.